Well on, people, it's your boy Into Spurs back here with another video. In today's video, it's a bit different. I'm actually going to be reacting to Stel's take on going down. He actually wants us to go down. He thinks it's the right move for Tottenham, you know. And Ben obviously is against it. So I'm actually just reacting to this video, and just big up Ben, big up Sim, big up WeAreTottenhamTV. So the video is going to be in the description. Go give it a like, comment down in the description whether you agree with Stel or not. Just show them love, innit? Big up them too, you know. Big up Stel as well, man. I miss the Tottenham away times, you know. But yeah, let's jump into this video and let's see what Stel has to say about the situation we're in.
Stel, you alright, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. Can you hear me, guys? Is everything connecting well?
Can you put your mic a bit closer? It's a bit low.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. Stel, man, come on, man. Don't talk to me that you want to get relegated. I'm not having it. You can't want to get relegated.
Why not?
So you're a Tottenham Hotspur fan.
Yeah, and I want the best for my club, and relegation is
It's not the best for your club.
It is the best for my club because you're happy with us carrying on as we are. I'm not happy with it.
You know full well that I'm not happy with carrying on the way things are.
So why would you want to stay in the Premier League with Enic?
It's not about staying in the Premier League with Enic. We need to retain our survival. We need to, otherwise this club's going to be in total ruins. There's no situation where we go down and then Enic go, you know what? Let's suddenly they're going to make all the right decisions.
What do you mean the club will be ruined? You don't own the club. I don't own the club. Enic owns the club. They will be ruined, not us.
Us as a football club, we're fans of the football club.
Yeah, and the football club's owned by Enic.
Correct.
I'm not a fan of Enic.
No, you're not a fan of Enic, but before Enic you're a Spurs fan, and after Enic you'll still be a Spurs fan, and during Enic you're a Spurs fan.
I didn't want relegation before Enic, and I won't want relegation after Enic. I want relegation because of Enic.
Yeah, but there's no like. Go on.
I just think fans are too scared to go to the place that needs to be gotten at to actually force change, because the tragedy of our
there's no guarantee, though, is there? There's no guarantee that we go down and suddenly Enic start making all the right decisions.
They'll be forced to, Ben.
They don't know what the right decisions are, so how can they make them?
It's interesting because, look, his take, and look, also, if you're watching this is on, I think 3 times speed, because it's a long video. It's a 45-minute video. So I thought, you know what, instead of boring you, I'm going to just speed the video up and then I'm going to react to the video. So yeah, boom. But going back to what I was saying, it's interesting that Stel believes that relegation would be a good thing for Tottenham, you know, because he's not the only one, because as you know, I have been streaming with Eugene for the past, I don't know, two and a half years now, you know. Every Friday he's on the Friday show, you know, the wrap-up show. And he's had this take that relegation will be good for Tottenham, you know, a good reset, which looking at it from look, I'm going to take my Tottenham hat off right now and say, looking at it from a biased point of view, and not a bias, that's the wrong word, a balanced point of view, I would say, look, we definitely need Enic, a new ownership, you know, and if we was to stay in the Premier League, I doubt the owners will sell up, right? So by us going down could force their hand, right? But it's not confirmed. This is also another thing. And for me, my honest viewpoints would be relegation would be, I don't know. Look, I do get why Stel is saying, and Eugene, let me make it clear, because Eugene has made this point. I don't know if Stel has just come to this just now, but I've been watching Eugene. I do watch his channel, but been speaking to Eugene quite a lot, you know. And he's said this 2 years back now, around 2 years back. But honestly, will relegation be a good thing for Tottenham? I have to disagree. For me, the question is, when we do go down, that means we are going to have to sell quite a lot of our assets, and it could be painted as a good thing to sell all of our assets, but it could also be painted in a bad thing to sell all of our assets. So in terms of going down, just going down in general, there's no guarantee we'll go back up. And look at Leicester, for example. Leicester, even this season, they're looking like they're going to go down again, you know? So relegation might not be the right move, in my opinion. However, I can understand, in terms of, I can understand why Stel is saying, under this ownership, this is what we're going to get, you know? If you don't truly, if nothing massive happens, you're not going to truly have change, which I can kind of understand that, because you need something crazy to happen for these owners to actually either one, sell, or two, actually do stuff, you know, like I don't know if there's a word for it. Like, maybe relegation will be the catalyst of Enoch doing things again. We can argue, this is ifs and buts and maybes, really and truly, but just for like a Tottenham's perspective, going down will be terrible for Tottenham, you know. We will lose. We don't have no relegation clauses in any of our, as far as I'm aware, in any of our players' contracts. So we'll be losing basically the whole squad. Well, nearly the whole squad, you know. Not only that, you're talking about the money that the Premier League offers compared to the Championship, the TV rights, and all of these type of things. It will be a disaster for us to go down, you know. It'll be a disaster. So I can agree with Stel, but it might hurt us in the long run even more. And there's an argument to say that relegation could crumble us. But yeah, let's carry on watching and let's see what Stel has to say to defend, because obviously Ben is against it as well. So let's see what it. I'm not going to pause it too much. I'm gonna just give my take and see if I agree with what he's saying, if I disagree.
They don't know because they've never been forced to. They've had it easy. Enicout have got the easiest gig in town. They've got a £1 billion stadium that generates wonderful income. They've got a loyal fan base that will clap when we lose 4-1. They'll back the team and sell out the stadium regardless of what. Merchandise sales are through the roof. We lose 4-1 to Arsenal, and the South Stand is full of fans buying burgers, hot dogs, noodle, fish and chips, beers. The club shop's packed every time I go to the stadium. They've got it easy. They've got the easiest gig in town. It's the best. If you're going to own a football club, own Tottenham, because you can be absolutely dog shit and make millions of pounds. We're the only fan base like this.
But surely there's more validity to say if we stay up, that's a quicker route to get Enicout. Like, they might sell up at some point if we're still in the Premier League and we're at the value that we're at.
We've been saying that every single year, Ben. I got called a moron, an idiot, a cretin, dumb, thick, with Brian Daigle, because we started protesting 5 years ago. We joined the original protesters who started the movement 10 years ago. And we got called every name under the sun. We don't know what we're talking about. We're stupid. We're idiots. Now look, where's all those fans now? They're all fed up. It took them 5 years to get to where Brian and I was almost half a decade ago. And now we're in a position where we think, as a fan base, that if we stay in the Premier League, that's the best chance we've got under Enoch. That's exactly what Enoch want, Ben. I've come to the realisation in the last 3 weeks that nothing is going to change, because fans don't want to protest. They don't want to boycott. They don't want to demonstrate. They don't want to do anything. They just want to go to the game and hope they watch Tottenham get 3 points. They couldn't care less about anything else. They just want to go to a game of football and hope they get 3 points. They're not diehard like you two. They're not diehard like me. Very, very few.
That's so true, you know, because as you know, I've been going to the protests, and the protests, see, the fans want one thing and they don't want to protest, right? And you see on my channel, I've gone to a few protests and the outcome of the protest hasn't really been good, you know. Last protest that me and Haz ended up going to, there was only about 10 of us, you know. And when you actually consider what it means to be Spurs as a diehard fan, if we're not all united and we don't want the same thing, and he's right, because look, clearly the fans don't want the same that me, a diehard, and I'm talking about true diehard fans. And Stel is actually right when he's directing it at diehard Spurs fans, which 100% he's right. But in the Tottenham fan base, there's not that many there's far and few diehard, and they see it as a day out, you know. And yeah, you've got a great stadium, you know. It's a day out for a lot of fans, and he is right. He is right. He is definitely bang on the money. It's a day out for a lot of these fans, but again, going down and saying that would be it will be a positive. It's like there's a fine line, because for me, I agree. There needs to be something dramatic to change the way our fan base comes together. There has to be one thing that will actually bring us all together. And again, it's quite hard to judge, because we are definitely facing relegation, and for me, as Stel has made it clear, he was one of the first people to start protesting. And this is going back to what I was saying about Eugene. He was one of the first people with Eugene, Brian Daigle. These guys started protesting a long time ago. They've seen it. They've understood it. They know what the fan base is like. So he might even have a good point to in this whole whether. Look, it's hard for me. I can never support our team going down. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I want. I don't know, man. You know what? I'm still in two minds. Let's carry on watching, because for me, I can understand what Stel's saying. I can actually understand it. It's not just like utter nonsense coming out of his mouth. He's speaking facts, and you know what? As soon as a lot of Spurs fans, and this is true Spurs fans, listen to what he's saying, don't just take it for just face value. Actually analyze what he's saying about Tottenham. He's actually right. He is actually right. There's a lot of match-going fans that just are going to Tottenham games as a day out. He's put it correct, because it's true. It's true. But let's see what he's going to say.
Fans in this club are diehard. The rest just like the idea of Spurs maybe getting 3 points on a match day, and that's the problem. That's the issue we've got right now. And once we've got a fan base like this, Enicout are laughing, guys. They're loving it. They're loving life. Only a catastrophic event like a relegation that causes financial distress, the only thing they understand, will force them to change their ways. It's the only thing that will make Enicout say, do you know what? We can't get away with it anymore. We literally can't get away with it anymore. Our $4 billion valuation is now $1.5 billion. The debts that we've got owing on the stadium, the debts we've got owing on player transfers that haven't been fully paid yet, shit. We're really going to have to think like we've never thought before. And the only way out of it is to either sell the club, which they won't do, or they're going to have to focus on brilliant scouting, brilliant recruitment, proper football directors, managers that they stick with them back, developing the academy players for the first team, and actually building a football foundation, because that's the only way they will rescue their business, their money. That's where I'm at.
But I don't think they're going to be able to do it still, because I think if we go down, I think they're so clueless. They're going to take us down and down and down. I really don't think it's going to be a case of, all right, we go down, Enoch suddenly know what to do in this situation, they're going to put the right people in place, we're going to bounce back, and suddenly we're on the right track again. I think it's going to go even further into ruins.
Do you know what? I can't help but feel Sim. I look at his face, and I just, if I'm reading his mind correctly, it's, why the hell are we having this conversation? Why did you let him on again?
No, I love you, Stel, come on.
If we stay in the Premier League, nothing will change, guys. Honestly. Ever since they built that stadium, they've built a machine that they can't control. They've lost control of this Goliath they've built. They've built a sensational business. They've built an animal of a football club, and they don't know how to run it. They don't. But what I do know is, when financial distress is upon them, they will find a way. I'll give you a great example. The stadium became more expensive than what they thought. There was a massive cost overrun by about a couple hundred million.
Yeah, I think it was like 200-300 million, yeah.
Look how quickly they solved that problem, because the financial implications of not completing the stadium and having a three-quarters built stadium would be devastating. So they found the solution, because financially it would hurt them. Only financial pain will force change at our football club. I wish our fans could force the pain by nobody renewing season tickets. I'm not renewing my season ticket this year, guys. I've decided I'm not renewing my season
No, but
ticket.
still, even
It helps a moving country.
yeah, but still, even us being in this position now,
I'm back and forth, Sim. I'm back and forth. I haven't like, left, you know.
So again, and he is right when you think about it. The reason why they sacked Frank was, the rumors have it, the financial situation. It looked bad on the financial quota, and again, he is actually speaking facts, because for the past, look, again, I'm one of the younger fans that have been supporting Tottenham, but we can all see it, like, for me, this is the past 15 years, around 15, 16 years, it's always been financial over ambition, making the extra money, we are the highest season tickets, all of these type of things that you can tell that we haven't really invested in actual football. When we have invested into the football, it's been invested in really poorly, because we don't have the footballing people in and around the club to make the right decisions, you know, to push us forward, right? So what he is actually saying is taking a big hit, as if Enic takes a big hit, it will force some sort of change, which 100% is right. And he's even just made it clear he's not renewing his season ticket. But how many more people will stop going to games? Because see, it goes back down to the fact of there's a lot of fans that just go there for a day out, and it's true. Season tickets, in terms of just a season ticket in general, yeah. Say Stel gives up his season ticket. Ben, Sim, I don't have one, has, you know. They will just replace it like that. Because the die-hard fans that want real change and want the best for Tottenham, there's far and few of them. It's, you know what, Stel, you are right in terms of going down will create a financial drift in this ownership. The only problem is Ben said something really, really key as well. He said going down, that don't confirm that we might go down. You see, this is the problem. The problem that we have is there's no stability. We don't know our future ambitions. We don't know what we want to do. We don't even know where we're going right now, you know? And yeah, this is the life of a Tottenham fan.
Not going to any more games. I just refuse to give them any more money. I've never ever felt this way to the point where I thought, right, you know what, I'm just not going to do it now. I'm done with it. I don't want to have a penny.
But still, even now, even if we don't go down, there's still talk of sponsors pulling out and all different things. There's no European money coming in as well. So financially, we got away with it last year because we won the Europa League. But this year, there's going to be no getting away with it, even if we stay up. So, like relegation, even relegation or not, they're going to have to wake up, aren't they? Because if we stay up, they're still going to be hurt financially.
Listen to what you just said. They got away with it last year, and look what their response was.
Yeah, because they weren't hurt financially. My point is, even if we stay up this season, they will be hurt financially. Is my point.
No, they won't.
Yeah, they will. Because there's rumours of sponsors already pulling out and no European money as well.
Ben, we've
you guys mixed up. You guys mixed up.
Sorry.
And you called Ben Sim literally a second ago as well. Still, how long have you known us for, man?
You know,
Ben is the one with no hair.
I'm just going to call you the brothers. Right, the brothers. We've had seasons without Europe before, and they've dealt with it. It's not a massive blow. It's not a colossal blow. We've had seasons where we didn't have all the sponsors that we've now got, and we were fine then. Yes, if we lose sponsors, but we'll find new sponsors. Maybe not as lucrative, but we'll find new sponsors. If we don't get European football, then you know what? We'll probably finish in Europe next season because we'll only play one game a week. So for me, it's not the kind of damage that's going to really significantly hurt them. You're going to get years where cash flow is up, cash flow is down, profit is up, profit is down. You're not going to get a consistent, steady, predetermined level of income. You're going to get ups and downs. But relegation, it's not your average up and down. It's seismic. It will hurt them. It will instigate crisis, emergency boardroom level meetings. The bankers are quick.
You don't think they've had those already? You don't think they've got having those already?
I think they've had conversations to say, do you know what, guys, relegation won't be too good. Let's sack Frank. Let's bring in a manager that avoids it. I think they've had that meeting. I don't think they've had a meeting though where they've actually been relegated. I don't think they think we're going to get relegated.
They have to now, surely on the back of the last two games.
Not at all. Listen, the only time they think we will get relegated is if we drop into the bottom three. Then it's real. Then shit is real because you're now in the relegation zone. We're not in the relegation zone. We're very close to it.
I think that's why they stepped in. I think that's why they stepped in over the heads of V9 and Land because they think relegation is a serious possibility.
Right, so look how they reacted at the thought of a financial hit. Imagine what they would do if they actually got that financial hit. They would have to change the foundations of Tottenham. They would have to start taking the academy seriously. They'd have to start taking hiring managers seriously and not sacking them all the time. They'd have to take football directorship seriously, recruitment seriously, scouting seriously, not spending 65 million on Richarlisons and Solankis and Ndombeles. That shit will stop. They'll have to start finding Dele Allis.
We're going to start signing Jamie Vardy's and David Nugents and all these guys because we're going to be in the Championship.
And then they'll get relegated then again. So
you know what I mean? That's the point. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the point.
No, they'll be forced to not take those approaches. They'll be forced to really sit down and actually draw up a proper football plan that includes hiring correct football people. We've never had a plan, guys. We chop and change football directors, academy directors, coaches, assistant managers, head managers. The reason we keep changing is because there's no plan. If there was a genuine plan, they would have stuck with Frank. Do you not think,
Stel, it's more realistic that if we get relegated, they're going to say, oh yeah, we're going to put this whole football plan.
That is so true. That's what Stel said. We've never actually had a direct plan. You know, even when you look at from, and this is my era, you know, talking about from Poch. Obviously, look, I started becoming a really diehard fan before Poch. But even when you think about it, after that Poch era, we've never had a serious plan where we've gone in and said, look, we are going to rebuild. We're going to back this manager, and this is the plan. You know, maybe Frank was meant to be that guy. You know, who knows? You know, but we've actually never had a plan, and the direction of this Tottenham, clearly is on the downwards trajectory. You know, so we definitely need a plan, and I think it's so true that we need a plan in order for us to not look, forget success on the pitch right now. Just in general, as where are we going? What is our ambitions? What is the plan for Tottenham? That's the main thing, because me and you as fans, if you're watching this as a Tottenham fan, we don't know where we're going. That's what's this is the problem. The problem is we don't know what is going on. But yeah, you're right. Bang on the money again. Bang on the money.
Get relegated, in place, blah 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 blah, and they get it completely wrong. I think that's more likely. I think they do have a plan. It's just shit. They don't know what they're doing, and I don't trust them to have a good plan once we go down. I don't think they want to be in the situation we're in. I think they tried to put things in place for the betterment of the footballing side. I just don't think they know how. They don't know how to do that. They don't understand football. They don't understand the landscape. Like all these things, I don't think that changes just because we get relegated.
No, I agree. They've built a machine that they can't control anymore.
Yeah, no, 100%. Thank you, Sim. That's exactly what I said just like 5-10 minutes ago. There's not a plan. 100%. It's not confirmed that if we was to go down, we could come back up. You know, we could go down and break. That's how serious the situation is, because there's not a plan in place.
I agree. But the issue is, when people are suddenly dealt with a blow, they have to react. They have to learn. They'll be forced to learn, guys. They'll be forced to appoint someone and just say, do you know what? We have to listen to that person. We have to do what they say. Otherwise, we will continue to hemorrhage money. We'll continue to cripple our own finances. My finances won't be impacted. The cost of when I go to the supermarket and buy bread, milk, and cheese won't be impacted.
But then again, just to balance the argument still, and I agree with you 100%. Then again, when we brought in Conte said a lot of things. They clearly didn't listen to him. When we brought in Mourinho, they said a lot of things, and they didn't listen to him. All up until Ange as well. They said a lot of things, and Ange was the only successful manager currently in the last 17 to 18 years. Ange Postecoglou was the only manager to actually win some silverware under this ownership. But let alone they didn't listen to him. So again, I don't know. Look, going down, maybe it could force the hand of this ownership going, which, yes, I'm Enicout. I want them gone, right? But then again, it might do the polar opposite. Because we need to understand that this stadium, with or without Tottenham Football Club, yeah, they host the boxing, the NFL, they host concerts. They have an F1 racetrack underneath, you know, the go-karting. They actually really don't need Tottenham. They generally don't need they don't need Tottenham as a team, to be honest with you, because they can thrive in other areas. You know, they're still. I don't know what's happening to the hotel, if they're still planning to build the hotel, but they don't really need Tottenham. So it could do the polar opposite. But yeah, again, who knows? What is the plan? It's true. What is the plan?
By Tottenham being relegated. My life doesn't change because Tottenham get relegated, but Enicout will. And when you're a human being and you're in that situation, you have to find a way out.
My life will change. My life will definitely change if Tottenham get relegated. I can't watch my team in the Championship.
But you'll go.
I'll definitely go and support them.
No, this is where I might disagree with you, Stel. Enicout's life doesn't change if they do get relegated. Like I said just a minute ago, they have other avenues to make money, you know? And we could equally argue that going down to the Championship will make them a bit more money. And hear me out when I say this. I think there's more games. I think there's around 40 something games in the Championship. If let's just say we keep, look, I know there's going to be a lot of fans that still go to the game, you know. Stel is obviously not going to renew his season ticket, but I know that they're going to fill up that stadium. They fill it up all the time, whether it's good, bad, it gets filled up, you know. So more games, maybe Enicout might not suffer as hard as we think. Again, the sponsorships is a massive L, but again, I don't know. I see. It's dark times for Tottenham. Dark times. Dark times.
But my life will still change. My life will still change. Like, I cannot be sitting here and watching Champions League football, Wrexham away. And, you know, Wrexham will probably get promoted and we'll get relegated. Wrexham will be like,
Listen, with all due respect to you and every other Spurs fan, and to me as well, I'm no different. We go and watch our team get blammed against Fulham, pammed against Brentford, smashed against Fulham home and away, taken to pieces at Nottingham Forest away. We can't beat West Ham at home. We watch what you've just described every single week. What's the difference between watching West Ham beat us 2-1, who are in the relegation zone, versus going away to Wrexham? What's the difference? It's shit.
yeah, on that sense, yeah, fine, there is not much difference, but people's livelihoods are going to Spurs and following this team, and to get relegated, something that hasn't happened since the 70s. It will break so many people, it will break so many people's hearts to see what's happened to Spurs, even more so to what's happening right now.
Their hearts should be broken already.
Yeah, and if we get broke down, it'll get absolutely shattered.
And that's their fault for not taking action when it mattered. Just like you guys said earlier on, to not have sacked Frank earlier was criminal. I would say the same to our fan base. It's criminal that our fans haven't acted earlier, and even now they're still not taking action. Even now, so I don't feel sorry for any fan that watches Tottenham get relegated, unless you're a fan who actually protested or boycotted or demonstrated. If you're a fan who actually took action, I feel sorry for you because you tried. You really tried. I don't feel sorry for the other 99.9% of fans who have chosen to do absolutely nothing but hide in the comments, hide on X, troll channels and all that nonsense. You know, I can't feel sorry for fans because they've enabled it. Our fan base has allowed this to happen. We should have taken action 2 years ago when they sacked Conte. After that Conte speech, every fan should have said, we need to rise up against Enicout. But we allowed it to manifest, and now look, now we're on the brink. We're actually on the brink of relegation.
But do you concede if we do go down and we
Hang on. What did I talk? I just spoke about the Conte and all of this type of stuff, and he mentioned it. So I take back that segment I said about Conte. It doesn't relate to what he just said now, you know, because he's bang on with it, you know. Not enough fans are taking action. That's the problem. Not enough fans are taking action, and this is a problem. We have now accepted this. I don't know. This mediocre nonsense, you know, because for me, not enough fans have taken action. Look, I'm one fan that has gone to the protests and I go to every single protest. I go to every home game as well, man. I'm making it in my, as you know, I'm doing a lot of content now, so I'm making it in my power to go to every home game, to really interview a lot of homegoing fans that pay season tickets, you know, to see what their opinion is. And look, if you guys haven't, look, I don't have no ad revenue, but this is an ad break, innit? If you guys haven't seen my TikTok, innit, where I've interviewed nearly, I think, around 20 fans now. Go to Inter Spurs on TikTok, you know. I'm posting every home match, you know. If you ever want to come on, you can always see me near the South Stand. In fact, you can actually see me before. I'm up the high road, you know. So, if you know where the number 8 bar is, that's where I'm usually located. If you want to come down and have your say, feel free to do that. But let's get back into the video. Sorry, that's a little ad break.
don't get it right, that could be us like in serious trouble as a football club in terms of big debts. All of a sudden, you know, you could be talking about police deductions, and then you'll be tougher to get out of that league. And that's what going down could cause. And so, are you prepared to run that risk if we go down? You know what I mean? I'm saying you're not control. I'm saying if you run it down, you're prepared to run the risk of maybe having more than a few years, maybe lower.
I'm happy to go down for 5 years. That's what it takes. I'm happy to go down for 5 years. That's what it takes. But you need to either leave or you need to wake up and stop. I'm not going to do another 5 years. Focus football. The last 5 years. I'm not going to do another 5 years of this. The last 5 years have been an absolute disgrace. 900 million pounds wasted on average football players. I've paid over 5,000 pounds a season ticket month. I'm not allowing that to. For what have I paid? I'm not allowing that to. As long as it takes until Enicout either leave or go down. For as long as it takes until Enicout leave or Enicout picks up. So by the way, Enicout are the guarantors.
The amount of debt
they are the guarantors. They don't walk away from that debt. They are the guarantors of that debt. They don't walk away from that debt. If they can't pay that debt, anything happens to them, they're blacklisted. They get CCJs on their head. No one's going to lend them money for any future business ventures. The whole of this family is wrecked. They're going to have to. So they know. Respond accordingly. Have to deal with it. They're not respond accordingly. It's not saying, guys. They're not stupid people. This is what I'm saying, guys. It's the only pain they will understand. It's the only kind of in an ideal world. Methods that I think in an ideal world, I'd love to stay in Ralph Ragnick as the I'd love to bring in Ralph Ragnick as the keep him in place for the next 7 years. Football director and to keep him in place for the next 7 years, bring in a Jurgen Klopp and back him to start signing players in the league. That's exciting. That's interesting. To start seeing Mikey Moore play for the first team, play for the first team, exciting young talent. We've got embedded into a long-term process. I would love for that to happen. I'm past believing it's
going to happen, guys. I'm past believing it's going to happen. It's wishful thinking. It's what Enic depends on. What you know depends, but I'm fans thinking that way. Which is what you know. It's simply because they know us fans will lap it up. It's simply because they know us fans will lap it up and we'll get sucked in by it.
Some players, you won't get the backing you need though.
Well, look, you heard it, you know. Obviously, I'm not going to do the full video because it's too long. I've only hit like 18 minutes and this is already a 30-minute video. So, look, if you guys want to carry on watching this actual interview with Stel, go to WeAreTottenhamTV, you know. He's made some valid points why going down might be the best for Tottenham, you know. And again, I can agree to certain things. I don't know, man. feel like going down could crumble us. And I think it's a bad recipe for a bad disaster to happen, you know, if we was to go down, you know. So but that's just my view, you know. Again, and he's made some great points in terms of our fan base have to really fix up their morals. Really and truly, we can't carry on accepting this nonsense. He's made it clear. Um, he's he's done spending money at the club because look, let's be honest with you. You're a customer, you're a consumer. You're trying to you're buying something and it's not matching the criteria. It's not matching the value. £5,000 in this economy as well. Think about it. They're daylight robbing all of the Tottenham fan base that have season tickets, you know? So, yeah, again, drop a like, drop a comment down below if you agree with Stel. You know, this is just another little video I'm making. And also, big up Ben, big up Sim. Go on We Are Tottenham TV. Make sure you drop them a sub. Make sure you drop them a like. And yeah, that's the reaction. Come on, you Spurs.